jerk list.
The IC's on. There's too many jerks.
That's what I love about
Jerk.
The jerk list.
A severe penalty for being a jerk.
Yes.
The jerk list.
Jerks. Jerks. What an outrage. Shame. You're a jerk. Oh.
The jerk list.
There's too many jerks. Jerk. Shame.
The jerk list.
Judge rules. Jerk.
Wow, my favorite time of the week. Time for Dave Dameshek's Jerk List. Dave, you have a doozy lined up for us.
I really
this
do.
morning.
I'm excited about this one. You know, as I typically do, I'll run through, anywhere from 4 jerks on a light week to, as many as 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on really what the week holds. It's not up to me. It's up to the world at large and all its citizens.
Mind your P's and Q's. I'm looking forward to a day when there's not a jerk list because there's nobody to put on it.
From your mouth to God's ears, Adam.
Well, that's what this list helps to do, because once you are afraid of being on the list, it deters you from jerky behavior.
Yes,
That's right.
correct. So, shall we let it begin?
Let it begin.
Before I get to the first ever jerk spotlight, in honor of school, the start of school, this is going to be a little longer one. But first, let me say, we opened up in our ongoing effort to eradicate the world of jerks, we opened up the jerk hotline, which the Cincinnati Bengals stole from us, their idea. But anyway, the phone number, 323-930-7318. Let me just play a sampling of the many calls we got in.
Oh.
Hey, this is Bill from Seattle. I would like to nominate Andre Agassi for the Jerk List nomination because he was supported for 20 years. He did all this crying, thank you so much for letting me, or for supporting me all the way. And then he doesn't sign one tennis ball. Hey, Andre Agassi, you're a jerk.
That's one. We got one of
Hey,
these.
this is Dime for Scale from the Adam Carolla message board. The obvious number one jerk of the week, Ben Roethlisberger's appendix. Jerk.
We got a lot to talk about. Stingrays,
Right.
we got one for Carrie Bradshaw, that her name on the show Sex and the City, too similar to the great Terry Bradshaw.
Ah.
It went on and on.
I
The
agree.
point is, call in and leave a message there, or perhaps you'll talk to one of our many phone
What's the number?
screeners.
Do you have it handy?
Yes, it's 323-930-7318. Now, the first ever jerk spotlight in honor of the start of school. School, by the way, really one of the all-time jerks, in general, school. All right. Why do I hate it? Here's maybe the best reason. First grade, the year 1976. I'm outside at recess, playing with the fellas, having my fun. Kickball, dodgeball, who knows what. And Donnie Gruber, he throws a stick. I was standing around. I was there with Donnie Gruber. We were hanging out. He threw a stick in the direction of Linda LaFace and Tierney Cortez, two of my first classmates. Nice girls, but apparently they were put off by the stick being thrown. They ran off to Miss Petraglia, and they told her that Donnie Gruber and Dave Dameshek threw a stick at them.
Wow.
You were just there.
I happened to be around. That's a crime now? So listen. Before I get into all this, a few weeks prior to that, we used to have this thing after school in sixth
We're
grade.
going before the first
I have
grade?
to go back with Miss Petraglia.
Hold
Miss
on.
Petraglia's response was
A
to
requiem
give
in
us
4 parts.
two weeks.
Spike Lee's series was shorter on the levees breaking.
Petraglia says no recess for Donnie Gruber
Hold on a second.
or for Dave
Teresa's
Dameshek.
not done laughing at you. Hold on a second.
I'm laughing at Adam.
Give
Go
her
ahead.
a quick one. Brian, please. Thank you.
Sorry, that put me in my place.
So, all right. Petraglia says no recess for 2 weeks for Dameshek and Gruber. Now, I call foul. Now, but before that, 3 weeks before, here's why Petraglia has an axe to grind.
Wait,
How far before the first grade are we going?
Were you born yet?
No. This is a few weeks earlier. We are out. We have, for some
I
bizarre
was a
reason,
zygote waving the terrible towel inside the womb.
We used to have to go and do some bizarre thing when we would run track. 6-year-old children, we'd be forced by our parents after school to run laps. around the track endlessly as though we were slaves. It was some bizarre amusement they got out of watching. We were trying to run us into the ground.
I know. Why don't they just build a huge Viking ship and have some guy with a shirt off and a leather hood beat the crap out of us?
In hindsight, the first
same.
grader.
It's the same. No difference.
So we run the track, and one day, Miss Petraglia, our new first grade teacher, shows up wearing shorts. Now, she was a heavy-set woman. She's a chunky woman. Now, I say to her, in her shorts, I say, Miss Petraglia, you have pig legs. Now, that was factually inaccurate because she didn't have pig legs. Pig legs are marked by the fact that they're unusually thin to support the ample, girth of their body. So that was comedically and biologically inaccurate. Either way, she didn't like that. She called old Mo Dameshek and told her that I did this. I called her pig legs. Mo had me sit down and write an apology note, and I wrote on it, "I am sorry," in crayon on a piece of construction paper, and I gave it to her, folded up the next day in reading class, and she opened it, and in front of everybody, she opened the note, and she went like, she looked at it, and she did one of those silent thank yous. Overly articulate thank you. So anyway, we think the axe has been buried, but no, as it turns out. Wait a second. Linda LaFace is on the phone.
Oh, really?
As we speak.
The girl who the stick was thrown at.
Yes.
How is she on the phone?
She called in. Linda?
Yes, hello?
Linda, where are you calling from?
Burbank.
Oh,
Burbank?
You came out here all the way from Beaver Falls.
All the way from Churchill, yes.
That's right. Gray School.
Gray School's in the house.
Now, when did you lose track of a young Dave Dameshek? You guys went to grade school together. Did you go to junior high together?
No, he went to another school after, I think, third grade, right, David?
That's right. I moved on, and now, but you sound like Linda LaFace sounds like a woman now. She's no longer a 6-year-old girl. I'm thrown.
Yeah.
And Linda, you came out here when?
In 96. Around there.
And are you married?
Yes, just got married a couple years ago.
Good for Linda LaFace.
And congratulations, David. I hear you're just got married.
That's true. Thank you, Linda LaFace.
And Tierney's getting married this weekend.
Tierney Cortez, who lived across the street. Linda LaFace, who lived up the street on Churchill Road.
This is damn exciting stuff.
If you have the deal I have with my wife, you can still be sexually grandfathered in. Anyone you went to grade school with, you can continue to have sex
Linda,
with long
would
after
you
you're
be
married.
interested in Dave?
I don't think my husband would appreciate that.
Now, let me continue this story quickly, Linda, with your blessing. So, you say I throw a stick. Now, Petraglia gives me 2 weeks detention. I say this is unjust, and I say I have to go to the bathroom, I say to Petraglia. I go to the bathroom. I think things over. I realize an injustice has been done on my head. So I go down, I get my lunchbox, I put my coat on, and I go home. I'm not sticking around that joint.
Yeah.
I escape. I go home. I found out a couple years later, apparently, Linda, maybe you can back me up on this. Apparently, the entire school shut down. A 6th grader disappeared during school hours. The entire school shut down, and teachers went out with teams of children to seek me out. Is this true, Linda?
That is true. I remember where we found you.
Oh, you were a part of the team that caught me.
Oh, where was he?
Well, we found him in his backyard.
Yeah. Well, you know how some houses have those little wells next to the dug-in wells next to the basements. You know, I was hiding
for
in
the
there.
access under the
I heard
house.
someone calling my name, and I thought it was Mo Dameshek, my mother. It turned out it was the lunch lady, and I came out and I was nabbed.
Really? They took out on foot. See, that would have never happened where I grew up in North Hollywood.
So
they
then,
were glad to see you go.
So then they dragged me back, and Petraglia sits in the car, and we have an hour-long grudge match in the backseat of the lunch lady's car. She says, I demand an apology for what you've done to the class and to this school today. And I said, we went back and forth, and I said, you got your apology already. And she said, that was for something else. And she knew what we were talking about, pig legs. I went home.
A man of principle, not of brevity, but of principle, even back then.
I went home that day. I told Mo the whole story. Petraglia called again to Mo Dameshek and said, Dave has a problem with authority, and he lied to me. And Mo's response to Petraglia, he told you didn't throw that stick.
Wow.
That's why Mo gets the jerk out of free card, and Miss Petraglia is the creep of the week.
Linda,
Yes.
Linda, do you remember any of this?
I do remember it. I remember that he and Donnie Gruber threw a big stick at me and Tierney.
So he did throw the stick.
I don't remember it was him or Donnie Gruber, but
And
They were in cahoots with each other.
when you saw young Dave Dameshek, did you realize that he was bound for mediocrity?
Yeah, I guess I kind of did.
Was he cute? Were you attracted to him?
I don't really recollect.
Do you remember anything about
he
him?
He was a cute kid, I guess. Him and his friend David Gefsky used to hang around all the
The
time.
worst, you obviously had a crush on him. The worst thing you can say about an old classmate is not remembering them. It turns into a scary Doobie Brothers song about
Common
what a
refrain
fool
among the
believes.
women I went to, the girls I went to school with throughout
Yes.
the years. So.
All right, Linda, so you landed on your feet, living in sunny Burbank. It's only 113 today.
What do you do, Linda?
I'm in, marketing point-of-purchase displays.
Well, I say you should have hitched your wagon to young Dave Dameshek's team many years ago in Beaver Creek.
In hindsight, I should have. Yeah.
All right, you
At
sound
least we
devastated.
shared the Steelers.
I'll let you lick your wounds.
All right.
All right.
What a pleasure. Linda LaFace.
Yeah, she sounds sweet.
Lives in L.A.
Nice.
All the way
The
out here
Jerk
from
List
Pittsburgh,
with
PA.
Dave Dameshek. Until next time, don't be a jerk.
What happened to the creep of the week?
She was Petraglia was the creep of the
I
week.
didn't hear the song.
I love the song.
Oh, all right. Well, let's
I
go
missed
back.
the song.
The story took the time up on the song.
Creep of the week.
Yes.
Of the week.
Dance, puppy.
He or she is
Dance
the
for
creep
Daddy.
of the week. It's Pig Legs herself, Pig Legs Petraglia. You're the creep of the week.
All right.
That's that.
Finally, satisfaction. All
The
right.
Jerk List with Dave Dameshek. Until next time, don't be a jerk.